Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. My name is Tom Poland, beaming out to you from little Castaways Beach in Queensland, Australia, joined today by Codie Sanchez. Codie, g'day, very, very warm Australian welcome. Where are you hanging out?
Well, thank you. I'm in sunny California, so we have some similarities today.
Yeah, well, we do. Sunshine and warm weather, probably. Probably a bit warmer where you are. It's winter here, but still warm enough. And I believe you divide your time between San Diego and the exhilarating Austin, Texas.
That's right. Yeah, it used to be a sleepy town, not anymore. New San
No,
Francisco or
it's
something like that.
it's like a cultural hub now, isn't it? It's a terrific little place, a big place actually. Folks, we'll get off the tourist briefing and we'll get back onto the interview. For those of you who don't know Codie, she is a founder of Contrarian Thinking. She's also an investor and she's also a cannabis advisor. And that brings us nicely to the title, which is How to Enjoy Financial and Mental Freedom. And Codie's going to tell us how to do that in just 7 minutes. Codie, our 7 minutes starts now. Question number one, who is your ideal client?
Anybody who's looking to diversify their income streams, who kind of believes that their time should be divorced from their earnings. And I think people who are looking to be the captains of their own lives, or I kind of talk about it like the architect of your own life. So that's who we're looking for.
Nice.
And surprisingly, it sounds like everybody would want to be that. But truth be told, I think people are just waking up to this idea.
Right. An idea whose time has come, perhaps. 6.5 minutes left. Question number two, tell us more about the problem you solve, please.
The problem is big. It's that I don't think you can have any true type of freedom without financial freedom. So it goes back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First, you need all the bottom rungs before you can get to philosophical freedom or self-actualization, which basically means you get to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whom you want. And so our goal is to help people get financial freedom, really because we want free thinkers and people who have the ability to do so without a ton of social pressure.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Question three, we've got 6 minutes left, going well. Tell us some of the typical symptoms that someone who's got this problem, of a lack of financial freedom perhaps, tell us what's going on in their life or their business that they will give them a heads up that they need to find out more about what you do.
I think it's a feeling that you wake up in the morning and you have kind of an oatmeal type of life, right? Like your job's okay. It's kind of lukewarm. Your friends are okay. They're not entirely spicy. They don't have a different flavor. Your income streams are pretty unilateral. It's the same bowl in front of you every single day. And surprisingly, I think a lot of people have that. They have a lukewarm life. They have an oatmeal kind of life. And so that's what it feels like. And I think most people don't have to be the next Elon Musk to achieve financial freedom. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it. You just have to understand how investors, which is what I am, think in order to be able to apply leverage, aka money, to your money so that it works harder for you. And I think it's boring to talk about money all day. And so our goal is not to buy fancy cars and big, huge houses. The goal is that you can use money as a tool so that your life looks different than the single day that you repeat like Groundhog Day every day right now.
Perfect. Well said. Thank you. 4.5 minutes left. Question four. Our audience are people that are ambitious, they're assertive, they tend to be proactive. They're going to want this. They're going to want financial freedom and the mental freedom that comes with it. So they're going to try stuff, is what I'm saying. And some of the things they're going to try are going to end up being mistakes. So can you shortcut that for them and tell us what are some of the common mistakes that you find people make when they're pursuing financial and mental freedom?
There's a lot. First, I think the biggest one is in this world today, a lot of people do startups instead of buying businesses or looking for cash flow day one. So if I had to go back and change one thing that I did, it would be go out and buy a revenue stream. Go out and buy profits. It's called M&A, mergers and acquisitions. It's very much accessible to everyday humans like you and me, instead of go try to start a startup and hope and pray that people come and actually spend money with a hope to make money one day. That is the biggest mistake I see people make.
Great, thank you. 3.5 minutes left. Question number five is, what's one valuable free action that someone listening to this could take? It may not solve the whole problem, but it might take them a step in the right direction.
Well, I think the first thing that you want to do is you got to learn, and then you earn, and then you invest, right? Those are the three steps. So to start learning, I would pick up a few different resources. It depends on how you like to learn. If you're a Twitter person, I'm on Twitter, Codie Sanchez. I would also follow a bunch of other names there, like Sweaty Startup. His name's Nick Huber. I would also follow another name on there, Sean VP. He's really good at copywriting and thinking about how to bring in investors and deal flow to you. And I would probably start with 2 books. One is called Build Then Buy by Walker Diebel. And the other one is pretty much, I think a lot of people talk about this, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So if you can start with those 2 things, if you don't have financial freedom and following those couple of people, you're going to start opening up your aperture.
So the books were Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What was the first one? Buy, Then Build. Buy, then build. Lovely. I had it the wrong way around. Talk about programming.
Or maybe I did, but yes, Buy, Then Build.
All right. Hey, thanks for that. There's some great tips there, folks. Following people who know what they're talking about, buying those books. So let's talk about now, question 6, 2 minutes left. One valuable free resource. Where can people go to find out, to go further down the journey on this?
Yeah, I mean, I started Contrarian Thinking, which is contrarianthinking.co, for exactly this reason. I want you to stretch your mind, and I want to stretch your bank account for you. And so I would start there. Basically, we come out with a weekly newsletter every single week. It starts out with an idea, and then it ends with an action. So the idea might be the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And here's why you need those 7 streams of income too. And then the action might be, here's how to invest in RV parks, or here's how to buy land and cash flow on it, or here's how to invest in, dividend growing stocks in a diversified manner, whatever the case may be. But each week you could theoretically learn something new and then take an action so that you, like the average millionaire, have multiple streams of income.
Folks, I've been there. I've subscribed. It looks terrific. Contrarianthinking.co. Actionable steps you can take every single week to move down the road on your journey to financial and mental freedom. Wonderful. Codie, thank you for that. We've got 60 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
I think the question that most people should ask, or you should too, is why haven't most people done this? And the reason is not that they actually don't know about it. It's that people get in their own way. If you look at all the comments on my social media, we have hundreds of thousands of people that follow us across multiple sites. The biggest thing is, this can't be real. This won't work. It worked for them. It won't for me. This is impossible.
Yeah.
So it's often your fault.
So
Remove
true.
yourself from the equation and achieve financial freedom.
So true. Too good to be true. Disqualify myself. Codie Sanchez, thanks so much for your insight and your wisdom.
Oh, my pleasure. This is fun.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.